The most beautiful girl in the world, Prince. That, of course, that's my theme tune, as you all know. It's Debbie McGee on BBC Radio Berkshire. Coming up to 20 to 10. I hope you're all having a really good morning. I have to be honest, I'm having a good old cup of tea here in the natter with everybody. Having a week off, you see. We all have loads to catch up with. Now, are you the sort of person who thinks everything would run just that little bit more smoothly if you were in charge? Ha ha ha. There's lots of you out there, including myself, of course. If so, you might want to take some notes from the Woodley Light Operatic Society's new production. Their new musical, 9 to 5, is a hilarious take on the hit movie about 3 office workers who go to extreme lengths to turn the tables on their boss. So I'm joined now by Jasper Maguire. Good morning.
Good morning.
And you play Joe.
I do.
Yeah. And Julie Easton, who helped put the whole production together. So good morning, Julie.
Good morning.
So I think, Julie, as you helped put the production together, for those of my listeners who haven't seen the movie, which I have, so I do know the story, tell us a little bit about what the people coming to watch it can expect.
They can expect a bright, fun, lively musical. Tells the story of 3 women who work in an office. They don't know each other at the beginning of the musical, and then various things happen, and by the end they've got themselves into quite a muddle, which they have to get themselves out of, and in true musical form it all ends up happy ever after.
And of course the movie was quite iconic at the time, wasn't it? It was Dolly Parton wrote the lyrics and some of the songs, didn't she?
Yes.
And then it was Dolly Parton, Jane Fonda, was it Diane Keaton in it, I think? Anyway, they were all big actresses, and the movie was absolutely hysterical. I think I've seen it twice now, so I can just see it working on stage, I have to say. So going to you, Jasper, what's your character? What's Joe all about?
Well, I'm Joe. I'm a junior accountant, and I'm in love with Violet, who's the senior office manager. And so throughout the show, I'm trying to win her over, but she's very nervous about it because she's a single mum. And she keeps on getting passed up as well for promotion. So to begin with, I'm trying to get her to go out with me, to go for dinner with me. But then soon she and the other ladies, they all try and get together and try and get the better of Hart, the boss, who is not very nice. He's not a very nice guy.
So I suppose that leads me on to going back to you, Julie. Have you ever had to work for a horrible boss? We don't need to name them where or when, but could you use a real life thing in relation to this story?
Thankfully, from personal experience, no. I've had some lovely bosses, but it feels very much of an era. So it feels very much as though if I had been working in an office in those kinds of times, they're the sort of stories that you definitely hear about. So Hart is very sleazy. He's very much a ladies' man. He doesn't think of them as any more than a skirt. Their sex appeal is what's going to get them somewhere, not their brains.
So what about you, Jasper? Have you ever worked for a horrible boss that you might have wanted to get them back?
All my bosses have been great.
Oh, now you heard it. I know. You've told them all to listen. So what when the audience has been to see the show, Julie, what sort of feeling do you think they'll be come out of the show?
They will be laughing and smiling. My main role in helping with the production has been prompting at rehearsals. And so I don't go right at the beginning. I come in a bit later on. And I've just gone into rehearsals from about halfway, a few weeks ago, when everyone was still feeling quite nervous because it's hard. And they were like, oh, it's really bad. I'm like, no, it's brilliant. I came away absolutely smiling. I came away with a really feel-good feel. And I couldn't get to bed because I was just buzzing.
Oh, really? That's great,
it's really fun. So that's what you will come away with.
I've been to see certain musicals where used to drive my late husband mad, because when I had that kind of up feeling, I couldn't go to bed that night, and I became, come on, let's go and find a hotel and have a drink, and because you just want to keep skipping and dancing, don't you?
Yeah, you go home buzzing, and I haven't been able to go to bed straight after rehearsals.
Yeah.
I've had to have a cup of tea and do something, because
Yeah.
I've just come back thinking, oh, that's great, and then I've been singing the songs all around everywhere.
And of course, the very famous one is the 9 till 5 song, which is a happy tapping your feet, getting up and dancing, isn't it? Do you have any solo songs?
I do. I have a duet with Violet, and
how's the voice?
The voice,
good?
it's good. It gets stronger for the few weeks beforehand. Just singing every day. I'm rehearsing every day, and so your voice becomes stronger. Your vocal cords become stronger.
Actually, I've been in Portugal with a friend who was a singer, and we worked together years ago. We were talking about this, saying, people forget the voice is a muscle, because I'm doing panto at Christmas, and although it's only June, I said to her, I've got to get back into practicing, and I need to do some exercises every morning for my voice. I haven't sung for a year. And it's true, isn't it? And it really improves.
Certainly, the tenor line has top B flats, which any tenor knows is a very scary note to go to. So I can reach those now after a number of months of practicing. So
Julie, when and where is it on?
It is on at the Kenton Theatre in Henley next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday evening, starting at 7:45.
Right, so they can get tickets from the box office and look at the Henley Kenton Theatre website.
Or our website, or the Light Operatic website.
Right, or the Light Operatic website. Brilliant, thanks so much for coming in. You're listening to Debbie McGee. It's nearly 9:45. It's BBC Radio Berkshire.